Hello the internet, my name is James Perkins with themodernfilmmaker.com, and in today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to open up After Effects. After Effects is a super awesome program, and I'm sure you're going to love it, but first we need to learn how to use some of the more basic functions on our computer. Well, first things first, in order to open up any program, you're going to need to learn how to use this little guy right here, a mouse. A mouse is basically a little device that allows you to click things, just like poking it with your finger. But in our case, this is a computer. Now, while most mice have two buttons, a left click that doesn't do anything normally, and a right click that pops up a menu, some mice even have a little scroll wheel in the middle. But we'll get to that in a future lesson. So for our purposes, we're going to be using the left click feature. Now, you may notice that in the desktop here, when there's nothing here and I use the left click, nothing happens. That's because you actually have to select things in order for the left click to work. But the right click works all the time, and it opens up this whole new menu of things you can select. I can go to New Folder, Get Info, Change Desktop Background, Clean Up By, Sort View Options. I can do a ton of stuff, but we'll get to all those options in a future tutorial. Now, on top of having a mouse, I also have a keyboard. Now, let me show you what a keyboard looks like so you can get started. Let me go to my Lesson 1 folder here. And keyboard here. So a keyboard is basically a board with keys that you push, and this has every single letter of the alphabet on it. And along with the letters of the alphabet, you also have numbers. And on top of that, some computers and keyboards even have more buttons that you can click. Well, I don't really know what this computer keyboard has because it's pixelated, but I'm sure that these buttons do something really fun. So I'm going to go up to this little red circle right here, and I'm going to click with the left button. Alright, and oh, I have pictures of mice. So the mouse that I was talking about looks like this. This is a mouse, and I think they call it a mouse because there's this little cord that kind of looks like a mouse tail coming out the end. And you can see on this mouse there's a left click button and a right click button and this little scroll wheel for going up and down pages. But like I said, we'll get to that in a future lesson. Exit. Now, the mouse that I'm using is called a magic mouse. And a magic mouse isn't really magic, but you can use the left side to left click, the right side to right click, or you can just strum your finger up and down just like a scroll wheel. Let me exit. So that's a mouse and keyboard. Now, let's get to opening a program. Normally, when opening a program, all you have to do is simply select the program down here or in the Finder and right click on it. Now, before I click on it here, let me show you how to get to it in the Finder. So I'll click on the Finder and it'll pop up this. Then I'll go to Applications and look here. Here's all my applications on my computer. Now, I could just go ahead and click the After Effects folder, but I want to click the one down here, so I'm going to go ahead and exit. Alright, so now I think we're about ready to open up After Effects. But before we do, there's a few more things I want to show you. Up here on the right side of the screen is this little magnifying glass. If I click this magnifying glass and type in After Effects, I can click After Effects and load it right there, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, so I think we're about ready to open After Effects. So, to simply put, to open After Effects, all you do is take your mouse and you move it all the way down here to where your After Effects logo is. Now, I'm using Adobe After Effects CC. That stands for Adobe After Effects Creative Cloud. And this is basically because Adobe doesn't want you to buy software anymore. They want you to pay for a subscription service called the Creative Cloud. So I'm using Adobe After Effects Creative Cloud. I also get a lot of other programs with my Creative Cloud subscription, like Audition, Premiere, After Effects, but I already mentioned that one, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Bridge, Adobe Media Encoder, and much more. But these are the ones I like using the most. Alright, so I think we're ready to open up After Effects. So I'm going to take my mouse right here and move it all the way down to the AE logo. And I'm going to hover over it right here because there's one quick thing I need to show you. If you right click, it opens up a secret menu. Now, I could just click Open, I could click Show Recents or Options. But I think we'll talk about this in a later tutorial. So, to open After Effects, all you do is put your mouse over the logo and left click. It starts jumping up and down and saying all these words that are really quite irrelevant for us. And boom, After Effects opens up. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial from themodernfilmmaker.com, and if you'd like to download the project files, I'll include that in the description below. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and we hope to see you next time in our After Effects for Idiots course.